We must understand that if we motivate ourselves or get motivated by somebody, there could always be somebody else who will demotivate us. If something flips us up, something can always flip us down. What motivation essentially means is that you build a false sense of confidence. Why anybody needs confidence is essentially because the necessary clarity is missing. Only where there is no clarity, one seeks confidence. Where there is clarity, you do not need confidence. If I ask you to walk here, where it's well lit, nobody needs any confidence to walk here. But if you ask somebody to walk in a dark patch, suddenly they need confidence because there is no clarity. So, people have begun to believe that confidence is a substitute for clarity. There is no substitute for clarity. If we do not strive to bring clarity in our lives, if we try to live our lives on puffed up sense of confidence, somebody is always going to prick it and bring it down, or life situations are going to do it anyway. It is like you were outside and somebody told you, you are the most wonderful human being on the planet, you are floating on cloud, whatever number. You came home and people told you who you really are, and poof, it goes down. So, it is very important that individual human beings should strive to bring clarity to every dimension of their life. If we try to run on confidence, which is motivated either by situations or by people or by whatever we think we are going to get at the end of the race, then this motivated confidence will always come down. This is not a substitute for clarity. Clarity is the only way to walk with ease. If one has to walk through this life with ease, one needs clarity, and clarity doesn't just come to you just as a gift, it is something that we have to work at. There is a whole system of how to bring clarity. But because our education systems have become a heap of information, now we are trying to run on confidence. But if our education system was about sharpening the tools of our perception, then definitely we would have come to clarity. It's very important as individual human beings, you invest towards bringing clarity to your life. We are thinking of happiness like it's some kind of a commodity or some kind of an attainment. No, when your life comes to ease, when you come to ease, happiness is a natural consequence. Coming to ease, what does it mean? There are many ways to look at this. Is it true that today, even medically we know, every human experience has a chemical basis to it? So what you call as peace is one kind of chemistry, happiness is another kind of chemistry, joy is another kind of chemistry, misery is another kind of chemistry, agony is one kind of chemistry, ecstasy is another kind of chemistry. Every human experience has a chemical basis to it. Or in other words, you are a very complex chemical soup. The question is only, are you a great soup or a lousy soup? If you're a great soup, you taste good, not for somebody, for yourself. When you taste very good for yourself, if you sit here, if you feel extremely pleasant within yourself because the soup is great, then people say you are happy. If you become very, very pleasant, people will say you're joyful. If you become super pleasant, people will say you're ecstatic. So, to make it very simple and understandable for most people, your chemistry needs to be altered. There's a whole technology with which we can create the kind of chemistry that you want. If I teach you how to create a blissful chemistry within yourself. Your very chemistry is blissful and you will be blissful. When you're blissful, you will no more be in pursuit of happiness. That is the biggest mistake, that we are in pursuit of happiness. Your life has to become an expression of joy. When your life is an expression of your experience, then what you do, what you do not do will not determine the quality of your life. How you are within yourself will determine the quality of your life. I'm sorry, once again I use the word within, but chemistry is not within, it is still outside of you. But if you know how to make the right soup, then being joyful is not an issue, it's a natural consequence of that. So, we can teach you a technology, we can teach you a methodology with which you will know how to stir the right kind of soup within you. This is what I'm calling as inner engineering, that you engineer your chemistry in such a way that it's blissful by its own nature, not because of something. If you think you're going to squeeze happiness out of something or somebody, you will be disappointed because nothing will yield anything unless you have a chemistry of blissfulness within you.
Generally, when we say somebody is motivated, it means they have an agenda of their own. Life has no agenda. It's for you to be a full-fledged life. A human being should strive to become a full-fledged human being. This is all our business is. But each one of us start creating our own agendas and doing all kinds of things. No, you're just a piece of life. Don't take yourself too seriously. Because before you and me, countless number of people have come and gone. This will also become topsoil. Just a little bit of time. Life is a bit of a sparkle. So all of us will be dead for a very long time. We're alive just for a brief amount of time. Yes, very brief amount of time. We will be dead for a very long time. I want you to look at it in this perspective. How long will you be dead? You can't imagine. So let us say 10,000 years we are dead, or 100,000 years we are dead, or 1,000,000 years we are dead, all right? How long are you alive compared to that? Very, very brief. What you call as life is a brief sparkle. The only thing that you have to do is rise and sparkle as a full-fledged life. When something is needed around us, we will do that naturally, because when you're doing wonderfully well, you will do what is needed, isn't it? When you're miserable, you will be motivated. Yes. Tell me, when you're very happy, have you looked at yourself? How nice and wonderful you are, you're willing to do anything for anybody, bend backwards if necessary. Yes or no? When you're little frustrated, whoa, how difficult it is. So, don't teach your children to become motivated about something. These are all nonsense that's coming from the West, all those trashy self-help books. Motivate yourself, build confidence, believe in yourself. You believed in God and destroyed so much of this world. Now you believe in yourself, what will you do? All this trash is coming from the West. You don't have to be motivated. You just have to see how this is alive to its fullest possible level right now. If it's fully alive, it will do everything that it can do, isn't it? What it cannot do, anyway it will not do. We must be doing what we can do. What we cannot do, it doesn't matter. What we can do must happen. For this, all that's needed is, you must understand life is a very brief sparkle. It's just boop, boop, boop and gone. Yes or no? Before you know what's happening, you'll be gone. Unless you're miserable. Miserable people have a long life. Only they feel life is long. If you're very joyful, poof, it'll be gone before you know what's happening. Have you noticed a specific day, you're very happy, 24 hours, gone like that, little miserable. 24 hours feel like 10,000 years. Yes or no? So time is a very relative experience, but if you compare to how long you will be dead, you will be dead for millions of years. You're alive just for a few little bit. This time, don't be motivated by anything. All that you have to do is you must become a full-fledged life. Because you make up something in your mind which you call as ambition, it's just a thought. Now you put so much of your life energy into it that your very life becomes about that one thought that you have. Believe me, no thought is worth investing your entire life, no thought. Essentially, right from kindergarten, teachers and parents are keying children up. You must be number one, the lowest number in the number system. And this number one slowly translates into ambition. It may take on various forms, but essentially, number one will remain in the scheme of ambition. But the reason why people take to ambition is they do not know how else to propel themselves to success. How to propel myself to success without fixing a goal? This is the fundamental question. Is ambition right or wrong? It's neither right nor wrong, it's just very limited. Because what ambition can you have? Whatever you know right now, maybe multiplied by 10 is your ambition. If you're very brave, you will multiply by 100. If you're a little foolhardy, you will multiply it by 1,000,000. But it is just an expansion of what you already know. You cannot have an ambition about something that you do not know at all. If absolutely new possibilities need to happen in one's life, above all, if human genius has to unfold, it's very important that we do not create an ambitious world, but we create a very joyful and involved world. If you are very joyful and absolutely involved in whatever you're doing, depending upon the capacities that are there within us, we will go as far as we can go. Your entire business is to constantly upgrade this machine so that it will be at a higher level of function in every moment of activity, whatever you're doing. For me, you're not ambitious enough. If you don't fix anything, but keep this on full speed all the time, let's see where it goes. Who knows where it'll go? Maybe it'll go in places that you've never imagined possible. If only what you imagined happened, what a poor life it would be. So, do not limit yourself with ambition, because a human being is a limitless possibility. Life is about exploring that possibility.